welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. On this side of YouTube, we love to talk about all things witchy. We talk about astrology, we talk about tarot, we talk about oracle cards, we talk about spells, we talk about witch tips, we talk about anime. So if you're interested in joining this little lovely cozy Moonies squad on this side of YouTube, then definitely hit that subscribe button. It means more to me than you know, and it helps out every like, every comment, every view. So if you're interested in sticking around, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. That way you're not missing any of my content. I post weekly videos on Wednesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in that, then definitely, like I said, come join the Moonies squad. My bread and butter is Instagram, so if you want to talk to me, connect with me, catch up on other content and all the inventory I have in my Moonies shop, then definitely check out my Instagram at Moonies Metaphysical. It'll be linked down below, and it's also linked in my YouTube channel, like bio. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, don't ever feel like it's demanded or expected. Just if you ever feel called to, then that is also linked in the description, and it's in my bio as well, to have the link towards my shop, so that way you can book a reading with me. Definitely, like I said, I post weekly videos and I post weekly YouTube shorts, so check that out if you're interested. I have a current series called Witch Tip series, so if you're interested in checking that out, then just click on my profile and look at all my videos and give me your feedback and any thoughts. But without further ado, let's get started. We are on episode 17, you guys. It's been such a long journey. Episode 17 is the Star card, the Star. So everybody knows that the Star gives that energy of being the star. But a little bit of background information before we have something in my eye, sorry. A little bit of background information before we actually get into the energy of how to read the Star in a tarot reading. It's the 17th card in the major arcana, and it's actually, this card is also linked to the zodiac sign Aquarius. Aquarius, if you know, is the water bearer. It's not an actual water sign like some people think. Aquarius is actually an air sign. But yes, Aquarius is the water bearer. If you're interested in this tarot deck as well, I will have it listed below. It's the Reigning Rogue tarot deck by Sam Sawyer. I purchased this one off Etsy. It's an Animalia based tarot deck. This one has a bunny chasing the star, and the biggest star, and it's full by flowers, and it has a whole bunch of little stars around it. So that's the energy of like this card. When you get the overall energy, when you're beginning and how to read it in tarot, like spread, whether it's for yourself or somebody asking a question, like for a client, your friend, or whatever the case may be, the overall energy is like there's light at the end of the tunnel. So specifically why I said that is because before the Star card, we had the Tower card. And so the Tower card, you know, if you watched that episode, oof, go check it out if you haven't watched it. But the Star card following the Tower card is definitely like a much needed light at the end of the tunnel. So it's like a much needed change for the greater path of your life. It's the energy that you get when you're reading this in a spread. Specifically, when you get the Star card upright, it means like purpose, spirituality, renewal, hope. Okay, it's like you're coming alive. Okay, the Tower card was the death, like you had it everything went to shambles, right? And then when you get that Star card in a reading, no matter what topic or question that you're asking, the Star card is a sign of hope. It's like, okay, like the worst has been done, now we're getting to the good part, we're getting better, you know. So when you get the Star card in a reading, it really focuses a lot as well with like purpose and spirituality, because remember the sign Aquarius, right? We are currently in the age of Aquarius, so people would like to associate Aquarius with like the aliens, you know, because Aquarius are like logical people, but they're people that make logic out of their intuition and their knowledge. They use those two combined to create like the energy and how to present themselves and like give you the messages that you need to hear and like the changes, right? And the traditional like tarot that a lot of people are familiar with the Reigning Rogue tarot deck, you'll actually see on the Star cards that the Star card has a water bearer, right? That's what this is kind of one of the obvious cards. Is like, okay, like, you know, that goes with that zodiac sign, right? But has a water bearer, and they have 2 jugs in their hands. One of them is pouring water into a pond, and then one of them is pouring water onto the bare earth. And it's like symbolic meaning of like how they're following their intuition, and they're following like their knowledge, which is like the physical and what they have learned and what they have obtained. So when you get the star card in a reading, it really is focusing on like really like spirituality and purpose is the best way, and what I would say is the takeaway in the upright position for the star card. It's like, it's the beginning, it's a new beginning, okay? But it's not a new beginning like the Fool, where you're just kind of like, I'm following that energy, you know. That's all I'm going to say for the Fool card, because I haven't done an episode on the Fool yet, because I'm going to explain why the Fool is my last card. But we'll talk about that when we get there. But, you know, it's not that energy of like, oh, I'm not really sure, I'm just going to let go and let faith. No, the star card is like, I've been through hell, and I'm not gonna go through that again. I learned what I had to learn. I experienced what I had to experience. I'm rejuvenated. I have new purpose. I have new meaning. And that is just what I'm gonna chase. Like, that is what the star card is in the reading. The star card is one of those cards that it really gives off the energy the same no matter what is the topic, which is like one of, in my opinion, like why it's like one of the best cards for me personally. It's one of my fave cards, is because it really channels that energy regardless of what the topic is. And even when it comes out in reverse, which we're gonna get to in a minute, like there's not much like difference in regards to, it's just kind of like your perspective and how to internalize the energy. So but the star card over on upright is like time after destruction, rediscovering a new sense of purpose or new sense of inspiration, okay? Because like I said, the star card comes out when you've experienced something that you had to experience, that you already kind of went into knowing some information about. Whether you were denying yourself for the intuition, or whether you were denying yourself for whatever the case may be, like you had some knowledge and some insight into the situation before you experienced the situation and it happened the way it did, right? So that's the energy of the star card upright for reading. Now when you have it in reverse, as I mentioned in my other videos, I'm about to put this on merch, but as I mentioned in other videos, you know, some people don't read reversals or believe that reversals have to get read. I disagree. 1, I think reversals should get read, and 2, I don't think reversals have a negative connotation to them. I just think they're more, when they come out in reverse, they're having the asker, whoever's asking the question, to really focus on the internal aspects of themselves and what they know and how they're feeling in their emotional and mental state, right? So when you get the star card in reverse, it's like lack of faith, it's a victim mindset, and it's really focusing on like disconnection, okay? There's a lack of consistency, a lack of confidence, and it's like a sign to stop and recharge and do self-care rituals. This is why I feel like, that's why I mentioned that the star card is like one of those cards that kind of gives a similar energy regardless whether it's upright or reverse, because when it's upright it's like, okay, I'm inspired, I'm passionate, I'm ready to go, and then reverse it's like, okay, but you're not feeling that passion, you're lacking confidence and consistency. What is it that you need to do? You need to come back and you need to ground yourself and you need to center. The star card in reverse is, and in the tarot reading, it's a really big indicator of like whoever is asking the question to really reflect and to ground themselves and to really figure out what is it that they actually want with the information that they obtained. And it's a very good call and green light to demand for the asker to really focus on self-care, because going back to the sign, the Aquarius, where you have the water bear, where it's like one is full of intuition and one is filled with physical actual knowledge that you have obtained throughout your life. That's what the star card reverse is asking you to do. Is like, okay, why do you feel like your intuition isn't heightened right now? You feel like your intuition is not strong, you feel like you can't decide discernment, then maybe you know you need to do some self-care and to reflect on what it is, the topic is that you're asking, and really give yourself that moment to really reflect on the information that you know, and then connect it with the information that you feel in your intuition sounds right or is right or whatever the case may be. So, but that is the star card in reverse. Now, as I always kind of wrap up my videos, I always do the ruling element and the ruling planet and the basics, yes, no, or maybe so, for some of my Moonies that really just kind of want to like yes or no question, like in the middle, like if they're pulling out the tarot card while they're reading. But in regards to ruling element and ruling planet, as I mentioned, Aquarius is an air sign, so it is the air element, is the energy of the star card. It doesn't have to be specifically for an Aquarius in a reading or any air sign in particular. It's just the characteristics and the energy that you need in regards to your question. So that's why it's air element, it's that energy. And then it's ruled by the planet Uranus. Uranus is the planet of freedom and like rebellion. So that's why you feel like that's why they say we're in the age of Aquarius, because things are going to shit because they were never meant to be sustainable. So that's what I would say when people ask about like how to remember Aquarius. But actually another thing too as well is that in ancient times, Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn. Big Daddy Saturn is the one that rules Capricorn. Capricorn is usually typically known as like the hard daddy earth cardinal sign, right? Where it's like discipline and knowledge and how to be resourceful and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind about the card of the sun card. I mean the star card too. I don't know why I said the sun card. Sorry, the star card. Okay, but now to wrap up, is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a maybe? So it's a yes, okay? When you get the sun, I mean the star card, I don't know why I keep saying the sun now, but when you get the star card in a reading, whether it's upright or reverse, it's a big yes, because either way, it's really focusing on you to acknowledge that a change is coming. If it had not already happened, that is for the better. Whether it's something that had to shake you up a bit to get you to be more confident, or whether it's something that you had to experience and you're like, you know what, I came out on top, I'm that bitch, you know, then that's the energy of the star card. So when it's a yes or a no or a maybe, so Moonies, it's a big yes. So drop a star emoji if you stay to the end of this video. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much, and I can't wait to be back here for episode 18, the moon, on Friday the 3rd. So definitely hit that like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys all. Bye.